How's it going, wealth builders? This is your king, and you're tuned in to Elite Finance King. Welcome to the Pride. Let's get into it. Today, come and join your king as we unveil the incredible power of dividend investing. Wealth builders, we're not just here to talk about short-term gains. We're here to reveal a long-term perspective on how dividend reinvesting can be a game changer for your financial life. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your notepad and a cup of coffee and let's get started. Alright, wealth builders, let's start with this fundamental truth. Patience is key in dividend investing. Yep, it's true that many individuals who begin investing in dividends become easily disheartened when they don't see immediate results. It's important to understand that dividend investing is a long-term strategy that requires patience. You can compare it to Rome. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your financial empire. It's all about the gradual growth of your investments and allowing your dividends to accumulate over time. The excitement lies not in the flashy short-term gains, but in the reliable and steady growth of your wealth. Wealth builders, like any other investment, dividend investing is a marathon, not a sprint. It's one of the aspects that must be kept in mind if you're aiming for that snowball effect. The power of compounding through reinvested dividends will amplify over time, but it requires you to stay committed and resist the urge to make hasty decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. As your king, I must clarify that by consistently reinvesting the dividends you earn back into the same or other dividend-paying stocks, you're essentially buying more shares. This means that these additional shares will then generate more dividends, which will be reinvested again. This cycle creates a snowball effect, where the size of your investment and consequently the dividends you earn grows exponentially over time. But remember, this takes time, and the true benefits of this strategy are the best realized the longer you stay invested. Now, wealth builders, let's discuss the real power of dividend investing and how it becomes increasingly potent over time. The concept is simple, but its effects are profound. All attention to your king now. When you invest in dividend-paying stocks, you're not just waiting for the stock price to go up. You're also earning regular income in the form of dividends. This income can then be reinvested to buy more shares of the stock, and that's what your king wants you to do. Reinvest it. You see, as you acquire more shares, your dividends increase as well, allowing you to buy even more shares. It's a virtuous cycle that, once started, can generate an ever-increasing stream of passive income. The power of this strategy lies in its ability to harness the snowball effect that I mentioned earlier. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill, your investment starts small but gathers momentum and size as it goes along. It's slow at first, but believe your king that with enough time, the snowball grows larger and larger at an accelerating rate. This is a perfect illustration of how the time value of money and compound interest work in your favor. Wealth builders, dividend reinvestment is an integral aspect of this investment strategy. By reinvesting your dividends, you're essentially using the income generated by your investments to buy more investments, which then generates more income and the cycle continues. This process leads to exponential growth over time. The more time you have, the more powerful this cycle becomes. It's a dream for patient investors, turning time into an ally rather than an adversary. This is why dividend investing is often recommended for long-term investors seeking a steady growing income stream, and why it's essential to start as early as possible. It's clear that the power of dividend reinvesting is truly realized when given the time it needs to work its magic, right? But before we move on to our next segment of the video, here's a question for you, wealth builders. What do you think is the most challenging part of dividend investing, and how can you overcome it? Experienced investors who are watching right now, feel free to share your tips down below. Let's help each other out, shall we? Alright, let's get back to the video. Now, wealth builders, to put things into perspective about the magic of dividend investing and its snowball effect through dividend reinvestment, let's delve into a real-life example that your king has prepared. Suppose you invested $10,000 in Dynex Capital Inc., a company known for its lucrative dividend yield of 13.09%. What could potentially happen to your investment if you chose to reinvest the dividends over 15 years? Oh, this is where the power of compounding begins to shine. Assuming a constant dividend yield of 13.09%, after the first year, you would earn $1,309 in dividends. I know, this might not seem like a lot at first, wealth builders, but the magic happens when you decide to reinvest this amount. By doing so, your investment grows to $11,309. Now, in the second year, your dividend income would be $1,480.02, which, if reinvested, would further increase your total investment to $12,789.02. This process of reinvesting your dividends to buy more shares, which in turn earn more dividends, continues year after year. Wealth builders, just imagine that by the 15th year, your initial $10,000 investment would have grown exponentially due to the snowball effect of dividend reinvestment. Thanks to your patience and compound interest, your investment could potentially be worth well over $50,000. Additionally, you would be earning over $6,500 annually in dividends alone, which could serve as a substantial passive income stream. This example illustrates the incredible growth potential and income-generating power of dividend investing when dividends are consistently reinvested over a long period. Now, let's say you decide to invest more than $10,000 and actively reinvest your earnings. In doing so, the results will be exponentially greater, and the passive income generated from dividend reinvestment will far surpass the initial $10,000 investment. However, it is ultimately your decision to determine the comfortable amount you can invest and your willingness to exercise patience with dividend investing. Alright, what conclusion can we draw from this? As your king, I must say that dividend investing is truly a strategic game of patience, consistency, and long-term thinking. The real power of dividend investing comes from the snowball effect, where we invest the dividends buy more shares, leading to more dividends and even more shares. This cycle continues, creating exponential growth over time. But remember, wealth builders, the real power of dividend investing shines through in the long run, and it's the snowball effect that can help you achieve a financially secure and prosperous future. Don't be hasty, think and invest wisely. There you have it, my loyal wealth builders. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow financial dreamers. Your king here appreciates that. I'll see you next time. And always remember, Pride members, life is short and it's too easy to be average. Make a change today.